Tonight's show was brought to you by the following sponsor. Kai here from No Conduct Radio. Now, for all you readers out there who's like me, you're going to be excited about this because a new book just hit Amazon called Dark Temptation. It's written by self-published author Miko Brown. Dark Temptation is the third and final novel of the Compulsion series. It's a paranormal erotica that deals with love, lust, and self-worth. If that's your cup of tea, then I strongly suggest picking up a copy. It's available in both ebook and paperback on Amazon. Just go over to our website, www.noconduct.com, to find out more about this book and how you can purchase it on Amazon.com. So go to www.noconduct.com, go to NCR's books to see our book club, and look for Dark Temptation by Miko Brown.
The show's about to start. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of No Conduct Radio. Tonight we're actually continuing with our conversation of last week of a question of how do you know your spouse is cheating on you. So tonight we're talking about catching a cheater in a relationship. And Char made some shocking comments, so we're going to talk about that later on in the show. Right now we're joined by Logic and BJ, and Char is on her way later because, you know, she's fashionably late, Char. And how's everyone doing tonight?
Could be better. Oh, my God, rough day.
What happened today?
Day. Well, today I had to go down to DMV, you know, just to get a duplicate copy of my my license. I must misplace it. I don't know. DMV. Have you ever talked to somebody that you try to get through to and they were so either stupid or ignorant or whatever that your nosebleed? I happened to me today. I had a nosebleed. I was
what?
like, you know, yeah. I mean, because you know you have to have your your Social Security card that's not laminated. I have two. I have one that's laminated, and I had it through the years, but I had one that's not laminated. So I was telling her, I said, okay, this is the one that's not laminated, and she was like, well, I can't really read the numbers. I said, okay, well, this is the one that's laminated. I said, oh, you just look at the same number. You talking about? Well, we have to have the original one, not laminated, and we can read it. I was like, oh my God. I said, hold up. Now I asked her, I said, now is your Social Security card in that perfect condition? I know mine. I had it for years. That you can just pull out if the number's not faded. She's like, no. I said, well, why are you telling me I gotta go get another one? I was just, I stood there for like 20 minutes. I know it started bleeding. She said, what's the matter? I said, because you stupid. And I left. I said, you stupid. You get me so. I hate to get hyped like that because it's just stupid. You know, you get the original. Yeah. I was like, nosebleed. She said, you all right? I said, no, I'm talking to you stupid. And I walked out and the girl looked at me like, oh, okay.
Oh, my God.
It's crazy. Yeah, I hate that, man.
That's particularly even more dumb that the DMV would need something as sensitive as your Social Security number.
Yeah.
That has it. Like, why do you need something that ridiculous? Like, I remember seeing something one time in there. It was like either Social Security number or your passport. For what? Yeah, for driving? You know what I mean? Right. You should only need my address and, you know, maybe insurance or registration, something that has to do with driving. Why do I need to get you such a sensitive document to get what? A driver's license from me? You serious?
A duplicate, yeah. I'm like, oh, my God. Now I have to go down there tomorrow morning. I said, whatever. So it's crazy. I was pissed. I was pissed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, anytime you have to deal with the DMV, you know, it's a hard day ahead.
Like,
That's all you have to say about it?
Hey, if you just saw the guard's face when he saw my nose bleeding, I call her stupid. gotta go. I was like, yeah, oh yeah. Because when I get hyped and around stupidness and I hold it in, my nose started bleeding. I said, oh, this is stupid. She said, are you all right? No, I'm talking to stupid you. And I just walked out.
Wow.
That's all I can be around.
I never
That's
knew
BJ
had a temper on him.
What? I'm human. What? Yeah.
Yeah, but you seem like such a nice guy.
Until you, there you go. I'm nice until you just, push that wrong button and it's like, yo, I try, you're stupid. I had to get away from me, and you get that other BJ, and that he rarely comes up. But when he come out, he come out. I try not to bring him out, but that's why I'm be around stupid people. They get on my nerves.
It's okay, BJ. Don't let your nose start bleeding. It's all right. It's okay.
Oh, no, because
hey,
there's only three of us on the phone, so we good. See? Char's not there. My nose not bleeding.
No, she said something's going on with her phone. She did let me know. I was just trying to make sure. Shut up, BJ.
Yeah. All right,
Logic.
I love her like a sister,
Logic, what's going on with you? You just woke up from your hibernation?
No, I've been up for a little bit, refreshed myself with a shower, and did a little reading, without falling back asleep. So that's all I did there.
Hold up. You said shower, did a little reading. So you said, is it shower? The reading has got to be a female. Okay, yeah. All right, go ahead.
Wait, what?
He got it. He got it.
Yeah, because they went way over my head.
Hello, everybody. Char's here. Sorry to interrupt that moment.
Char, you just jumped in at the craziest time.
I have to. I got to jump in at any time. That's the only way to do it on No Conduct. But I did hear you guys talking about logic. Oh, that's funny, BJ. I don't get it, but it's funny.
Oh, my nose bleeds. Okay.
How is it funny if you don't get it then?
Because if it's what I think it is, it's funny. But if it's not, then I don't get it.
Oh, man.
What you think it is? I hate to explain it.
My mind is going south, guys. I'm sorry. It is. Because I thought he meant did a little reading, then had to take a shower to clean up the little mess. Get it? And reading, not reading, more like reading pictures.
The shower
pictures?
came first, and then I started reading.
Oh, and then so you did fall asleep. Well, I wonder if you didn't fall asleep. They're picture reads, pictures.
My nose is bleeding.
You can't read a picture, though.
Yes, you can if it's porn.
DJ, go stop up your nose.
Dear Lord.
That's what DJ was going, honestly. Kai, I know I'm not the only one. I thought that was the direction he was going. DJ, that wasn't it? Was I close?
No, you wasn't.
BJ, do you see what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? They're reading, and it's just out of the ordinary.
Yeah, Char, I love you like a sister.
What do you mean? Comic book pictures? Let's talk about it. Reading a book, just a regular book with words.
The Marvel comics, right? DC comics.
Well, we hear that
I like
he's an
to
avid
read.
reader.
I just read that Superman
that.
when he turned evil. Yeah, I read that.
Look, you sound like the intellectual type that is an avid reader. I don't doubt that, but there's all kinds of reading and entertainment, because reading is entertainment to an extent if it's fiction. So if it's nonfiction with
nonfiction is entertainment as well.
Entertaining too, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I cannot stop this nose bleed.
Well, you know what? You know why I was really off base anyway? Who looks at pictures in a magazine anymore? Everybody goes to the internet if they want to look at pictures.
No, listen, but unless you're coming from the 1920s, nobody is reading pornography. They either look at it.
No, I just corrected myself. I literally just said, but what was I thinking? Because who reads? Like they go to the internet. I get it. I just realized, well, that's like back in the day. I guess.
See?
Way back in the day.
I'm getting a headache.
DMV all over again.
Oh my God. Char, you can only do it the way Char can. Lord have mercy.
Oh, man.
So anyway, anyway,
I have an excuse. I'm a hot sun, so it's aching in my brain.
Can you explain your question to me, because I don't get it, and I didn't even try to get it. So your statement, not your question.
Oh, yeah. Well, it involves the female in between the shower and the reading.
That's what I just said.
No. The reading is the female.
No, that's not what you said.
What's the
reading
difference?
is the female. What?
Take a breath,
a
BJ.
female in a shower and reading, how does that not correspond with what I just said? Come on, BJ, you can do it. Spit it out. You can do it. I have faith.
I'm trying to get this tissue out of my nose. Hold up.
BJ, you have two teenage daughters. You have experience in this. Come on.
The book is the female, Char. Take the book out of the equation. So he took a shower to get with the female, then he got himself together to do the show, right?
So that's another term for a book as a female? Is that like a guy bonding thing?
Hold on. No.
Char, he's saying the book is a metaphor for a woman. Just the way the same way people say Netflix and chill, which really means that they're gonna bang some girl while Netflix is playing. You know, he's saying
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know
that.
I
think it's a male bonding term. That's why I was asking. So, okay, I confirm my
male bonding?
A bonding term?
All right, listen, let's move on. What's the show about? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
The women don't say I was with a female reading and then I took a shower. That's a guy thing. You know, like I'm not in the club, I'm a girl. Kai and I are excluded out
the dog that jumps in the water. Uses the phone.
Get the phone. Oh my God.
Are y'all okay now? Everybody's okay. Right. Okay, seriously though, that's basically what Char said in the beginning though. I have to vouch for her. She said something similar, and y'all said no.
Thank you.
Oh, really?
But anyways,
well, how about you explain that in a coherent way? Because I got to tell you, I was in the woods on that one. So I want you to explain how clear that came through. Walk me through that.
Well, maybe it wasn't clear, but I mean, that's basically what she said. She said the same thing.
No.
Yes, she did. She really did. I wish I could rewind and show you and have you listen.
You ain't gotta rewind nothing. Just say what she said and how you got that. Let me hear it.
How long have you known me? I can't remember exactly what I said 5 seconds ago.
Okay, then your statement is not credible.
Say what
Shut up.
Said.
Let's move on.
Oh, God. Anyway. So, BJ, before we move on to Catching a Cheater, you know I need my weekly dose of news. What's going on in the news? I watched the weather, then I changed the channel.
The weather? You watched the weather and changed the channel?
Yeah, I didn't want to know what was going on.
Thing. This is actually something something Logic talked about last week. Really, we had a conversation about it. Anyway, all right, this came up in the news. You know, Anthony Wright, the guy that was freed after 25 years of behind bars for a rape that he didn't do and the murder.
Yeah,
1999. Okay. Now DNA cleared him in for 25 years. Now he went to jail, and he was saying in the interview that the arresting officers made him sign a statement saying he did it. If not, they would have to rough him up or whatever, hurt him in 91. So just like Roger was saying last week about being quiet when the cops come or whatever, they make you be incriminated.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy, I mean, he's in a police precinct, and he didn't do the crime for 25 years. So they said either sign this this confession that the police wrote, so he had to sign it. And if not, whatever. Well, he went to jail for 25 years, and the DNA of the guy that did this was a well-known crackhead in Philadelphia, but he died already. Now, and he's trying to sue. I don't know what he's going to sue for, but, because most of them are like, either passed on, whatever. So he's trying to sue for, wrongful, being free. He could have went to he could have been death penalty. He had like 5 from 7. 5 out of 7. He went to the death penalty, but he got 7 out of 5. People said he didn't do it as far as just give him prison time, not the death penalty. So the DNA back then, I guess it wasn't that potent now because of technology. So none of his DNA was on that victim. So the thing is, I'm trying to say, why in the world, now these cops now that make you sign stuff, or even a lot of people say, don't say anything as far as, incriminate you. So that's really true, a true statement. And this guy, when he came out, I thought that what Elijah was talking about. I was like, wow. So they forced you to sign that document confession in the precinct. And now he's like, okay, everything's new to me. I don't know what I never had a cell phone. It's like, the web, the internet. He said, I never used the internet. It's like this guy's like new to the world now as far as, 25 years. So it's like, I was baffled at. And then, it's amazing how police officers, make you do stuff like that. I didn't know it existed. I think that TV show stuff, but it really exists like that. I was like, wow.
I didn't know either. That's just like really
he
unsettling.
Came out and said he made me sign it. And it's like, what? I was like, wow. I was like, okay, nothing.
That's why you wait for your lawyer. That's why you always say, I'm not talking until my lawyer, like you don't, your lawyer speaks for you. You don't do anything. Even a public defender, you wait on him.
Okay, she was 77 years old. He was a rape and murder her, but you figure.
Oh, he was that old? Oh. Wow.
It doesn't matter the age, but still.
Yes, it does, because you may not be in your right mind. You might literally have dementia or anything.
No.
At almost 80.
The victim was 77. That doesn't. What?
Yeah, BJ. If someone is almost 80 years old, they're 4 toes in the grave. They could have dementia, which means they may not even be able to make certain decisions on their own, coherently. You may not be in your full rightful mind because you're that much older. So that could have been also even.
Char, he said that was the victim, not the assailant.
Seriously, think about it. So maybe he felt pressure because he wasn't even aware of what his rights were. When you get almost 80, you have to be exhausted from a lot of things in life. So you're not always going to be making the right decisions. I know that because I work with elderly people like every day. I do.
Somebody take over.
Wait a minute, hold on. DJ, who was this guy's name? What was his name?
His name was Anthony Wright. He was a Bradford prisoner. Anthony Wright, 25 years.
Oh, he was around here in Bradford.
Right. Upstate road, whatever. So, okay. And then the victim was 77 years old. So, Char, you were saying something.
See, you know what? That's the thing. Like,
I thought you said that the person convicted was 77. How old was Anthony Wright? Excuse me for interrupting, Roger. How old was he?
I don't know. I don't know where he went in that time. I think he's 44 now. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I thought it was the other way around.
He's 44 now. He had to be in his late teens.
Younger.
Late 20s, something like that. 20, yeah.
Early 20s. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, what the sad thing is that, especially with urban culture, I'd say. When I say that, I mean like black and, Spanish. And even, white people, if you're from a certain poverty level, typically, the way that they view getting arrested is not, okay, I have these rights going for me or whatever. Nowadays with how we have access to information, it's starting to change a little. I think the younger people are starting to take it overboard with certain things, like being antagonistic towards, cops, and seem like they, it's like, okay, what are you doing? Right. You're asking to be shot, in certain situations. But it's just, if people would have the knowledge, or I should say the fortitude to not open their mouths, you have to understand that policing, the cops and the detectives, all of that, forensics, that's a business.
Right.
It's not, even though it's supposed to be a social, not social, what do they call that? A job to serve the public. It's supposed to be that way, but it's a business. Right. And all of these cops, the way that they excel in this field is convictions and arrests.
I thought of that too.
You know what I mean? Like even Yeah, even with regular cops that stop you for something, they move ahead by how many tickets they can write. So even though you look at it like he could have given me a break for it, that's not in his best interest to give you a break. You know what I mean? Or if a cop responds to a shooting or whatever, they're trying to figure out the easiest way to close this case quickly and get a conviction. So they're not there to help you. They're trying to figure out a way to make it your fault. If they ask you a question, and a lot of the times they try to play the, oh, I'm your friend. Like, yeah, hey, I understand.
Right.
You and your wife start arguing, and you might shove her. I mean, it happens. And the minute you say, well, I did, push her out of my way, and okay, sir, I'm going to need you to stand up and turn around for chance like that, because it's, their whole job is conviction. That's domestic assault. I have to take you down now. Or you said this guy did this, but just shut your mouth, because you have no idea what they can construe with whatever it is picture that they're trying to put together. That harmless comment that you think is harmless. Oh yeah, I looked out the window and opened my door to see what the problem was. Now they can try to twist it to so you opened your door. All right, well, we're going to take him down for, involuntary manslaughter. That's another thing people don't realize. You can go to jail for something that wasn't even your intention. You know what I mean? Like, if something happened and you totally did not expect it to happen, you can still go to prison for that. Unless you're a cop, then they'll try to find every way that it wasn't your fault. But, yeah, you're going away.
Yeah, but it may have baffled me because right now he's on, they're doing the TV circuit with his lawyer. But the thing is, when he's on TV, he looks so, out of it because he's on Channel 29 Fox. And I was looking at him, he looks like dazed, like in the daze. I mean, he can't believe it, but, they can't, really tell him, what's his name, Mike Jerry was saying, how do you feel being out? He don't know how to feel. He said, well, I thank God, but he don't know how to feel. He's just like, everything's new to me, It's like, wow. So
yeah, he's in another world. I mean, it's a quarter of a century is a long time. Let me see, 20 years ago, that was the 90s. That was the 90s. So when he went in, theoretically, the 95 Nissan Altima was the hottest car out at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that.
Right.
Seinfeld it was just reaching its peak on television when he went in. You know what I mean?
Right.
That he has no frame of reference at all.
Because he was looking like blank. He was looking like he was in space. Like, just asked a question. He was like, "Yeah, I'm glad to be out," and his face was so blank. I'm like, "Wow." He's like, back in his mind, he said, "Yeah, I knew I was innocent all the time, but you figure, you back and forth, trying to get appeals or whatever." But the thing is, I can't really get over that. He said the cops actually wrote up a confession and made him sign it. And I'm thinking what you said about this is a business for them. It's like, what? I think, well, it's amazing.
That's where I have a question real quick. My question is, I thought they're not allowed to speak with you or whatever without your lawyer present.
But
and if they do, then it's dismissible in court. That's exactly what I said.
It's just like car salesmen. Like, in this country, it's illegal for anybody to sell you a car that was in a saltwater flood, meaning if you're near the ocean, like the whole thing, the hurricane that came up to Jersey and messed everything up, all of those cars that were underwater, and then you can't resell them. That's illegal because salt water is corrosive. So even if the car dries out, the engine is on borrowed time because every part in the engine is going to rot. And it's going to break. So it's illegal. But, however, they know it's illegal, and the insurance companies know it's illegal. So what they did was just shift them to the Midwest, where people didn't know about the hurricane.
Wow.
Or have any frame of reference to that because they're landlocked. They don't know anything about salt water and all that stuff like that. And the insurance companies, everybody was in on it. They know that is a federal law that they can't break, and they will be sued and probably have some problems with the government. But they do it anyway. It's the same thing with cops. Like that guy in Indiana or whatever, where they just overturned his conviction. It was on Netflix, Making a Murderer.
Oh.
They knew that kid, first of all, was underage. He was 15. They took him out of school, brung him down to the police department, and then told his mother that she can't talk to him because there's some process that they're doing. Completely just lied to her. And unfortunately, all these people involved, they're not too intelligent. You know what I mean? And this kid was even slower than them. Like, he has a mental issue. And they just you saw in the tape. That's the only thing that killed them, is that they recorded it. I don't even know why they did that, because they knew they was doing something illegal. But they recorded him, and they just kept telling him every time. He would tell them the truth, but it didn't coincide to what they wanted. They knew that he had the disposition of a 9-year-old kid, so they will keep saying to him, now don't lie to us, tell us the truth. So that couldn't have happened, because we know what happened, and we know what things we see. So tell us the truth. So he kept retelling the story and making things up until it was something that they could fit in their narrative, and that's when they were oh, good kid, you're a good kid, and you want a soda, you want this, and you just start seeing him turning into a child, actually, in front of your face. But that was illegal. They should have never questioned him without his mother. She was there. They should have brung her back. She, if she had any common sense, she would have said, well, if you're charging him with something, we need legal counsel. You know what I mean? They should have did all of that. And even if you can't afford it, in our amendment, you're guaranteed due process. So you get a public defender that's going to be there for you. And a lot of people don't realize this. Even public defenders are corrupt, because they deal with DAs and cops all the time, and judges. So if they want to stay in good standing with them and get a lot of cases, then they can't be hard-edged on certain things. They'll just be like, well, you should take a deal, because it's not going to get much better than this, and blah, blah, blah. And then another lawyer will look at it and be like, why did you accept? Why did you? Well, because my lawyer said no. He was like, what? No, you should have never signed off on this. And that's just what happens when you don't have the money.
Stay out of the precinct or something. It's crazy. Stay above the law. Oh man.
It just seems like
there's no justice.
You're supposed to be able. They say you're supposed to be able to trust cops, but it just. I don't know.
I know. It makes
Well, I mean, no. This is the way you got to look at it. People say, trust the police, but you have to look at it for what it is. Would you trust a person that their career and their success counts on them finding something wrong with what you did or what you said?
That's great.
Do you trust that kind? You can't trust that person.
No,
I don't care who they are. You can't. And this is not saying anything about the good cops. Hey, that's great. But unfortunately, you're an endangered species when it comes to that branch of the government. So, I can't trust any of them until I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that they're trustworthy. And how would you ever know that? You don't know it. So the best thing to do is, I would tell any young man or any young woman, or even young parents that have kids, and your son is because it's mostly men that are victimized of that, mostly.
Right.
In the next 10 years, before they hit their teenage area, save up some money. Get yourself a little nest egg of $5,000 or something that you just keep up in the cabinet, so just in case something happens, you got enough money to put down on a good lawyer. For them to go down and make sure that your son or daughter is not railroaded. Or even yourself, When you get caught up in a situation, make that call. Call home and say, hey, get that envelope, go down and find a, good lawyer, get somebody on retainer, because I think they're trying to get you.
But and there's some other strange, too. It's funny, too, I think. Could you ever ask, this out of the blue, if you ever see a cop, like off duty, whatever, you never can say, oh, how was your day? They never going to tell you how was their day. They never going to give you the whole rundown of how their day was. They never want to talk about it like that. They're like, oh, it was a day, a cop. I mean, if male or female, whatever. They unless they like really know you, but like you come across a cop like whatever, just off duty. You say, oh, how was your day, man? And it's like he won't tell you how his day was. I guess it's that crazy, because what they go through, what they got to deal with. I was like, man. I was like, okay. Because I was talking to this lady, off-duty cop, and she was like, oh, okay, yeah. I said, how was your day? She's like, it was a day. I'm like, okay. What else? She don't feel like talking. She don't talk about it. I was like, damn. I said, okay.
So BJ, some of that is sensitive information. Some of that sensitive information. Why would they share it with you or any of us?
Well,
think about it.
I mean, not sensitive. I'm saying like general, like. Well, I didn't say do no top secret stuff.
No, because when people say how was your day, when people say how are you, they really don't care how you're doing. It's just it's a natural salutation. So I really don't believe that it's anything personal if they don't want to go into it, other than the fact that they can't share certain things. It's sensitive information that goes on about the cases. But if they just kind of blow it off like, oh, it was just okay, maybe they're just not a talkative person. But not every cop is rude and doesn't care to even talk to the citizens. It's just that when you go deeper, you realize that they really are in a biased position where they really do get paid according to how many people they take down and what they find out wrong about you, like what Logic said. So it's really sad to be in it. But think about it. Does that make sense, BJ? I mean, what are they really going to say?
No, I'm saying that. I'm saying, okay, all right. If you was married to a cop, you think would you ask him how was his day? It's like me being married to him, like, how was your day? Of course,
but if I was married to a balloon salesman, I'm still going to ask him how his day was. But if he's a cop, he's sworn to certain types of secrecies, and he signed certain oaths that he's not going to divulge certain information even to his wife. I mean, that's just what they do, and I respect that to a certain extent. I would never be married to a cop. But I'm just saying I would respect it to a certain extent. But some people are not naturally friendly.
Well, before we go into that, let's do the good old segue. Since Char is talking about marriage, let's segue into our topic of today, which is catching a cheater in a relationship. And we're actually going to play a little clip from last week where this question came from, and we're going to discuss this. Because, Char, you said some shocking things last week also. Some of our listeners said some shock. In my opinion, in my Logic and BJ's opinion, it was shocking. I think in other people's opinions, I don't know, maybe it was normal. So we're going to play a small clip from last week. And I do apologize if the clip is kind of like it starts in the middle of the question, but still. Here's the clip, and we're going to discuss catching a cheater. Okay. Let's see. Next question. How long does it take for you to forgive someone who cheated on you?
Oh, my God. I'm still ain't forgiving. It's
flip the coin. It's different for everybody.
It's different. Because me, I'm still working on that. I'm still working on it.
Here's my thing. I said this to somebody, and they said I was wrong. I said, you don't have to forgive everybody. Oh, that's wrong. If they come to you and ask for forgiveness, then okay, I understand what they ask for. I don't have to accept it. That's true. People act like that's wrong, but you have a right not to forgive them. Like, no, get out of my face.
Because I didn't get no come to me and forgive me. All I got was, oh, I'm sorry for hurting you. Really? Okay, yeah.
Now here's the question: are you really sorry? Or are you sorry that I caught you? Which one are you really sorry for?
Yeah.
Listen, ladies out there in our listener world, the quickest way to get over any man is just to get underneath a new one. Everybody knows that. Just kidding. I just wanted to get your reactions, host panel. Now, I've actually heard some chicks say that, and I thought, okay, that is disgusting. But some people do go by that model. Just get underneath a new one, meaning just move along, keep it moving, just meet someone else, and don't fester over it.
I don't think you were really playing, though.
No, I'm playing because if it doesn't work out, the last thing I'm looking for is a man. Or any type of relationship. The last thing I'm looking for, especially if that person cheated and it can work through it. No,
I'm
not gonna. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I have 2 associate friends, because I don't really consider them friends anymore, but they both don't even know each other very well. They said the same thing. They're not sluts or anything, but the way they made that statement to me sounded like that. But I heard it a few other times, like, television and some other thing. So I said, well, is that what people think these days? Is that what women think? Or because they're looking at it in the sense of a man, but I'm sure it could be reversed about a woman, but not really, because when you think of a man being in control, on top, so to speak. But for me, no, I don't necessarily believe that, because if it didn't work out, there's a reason it's called divorce if it's divorce. If someone cheated and it didn't work out, I'm not looking for anyone else. I just want to be by myself and figure out who I am so I could try to make better decisions with my next relationship. So it's not
okay, the reason why I beg to differ with you, Char, the reason why I beg to differ with you, and I think you believe the comment you made, is it hasn't even been a year since the last time you were in a relationship, and you didn't take time out to, and this is no offense, this is no conduct. You didn't take time out to see what was out there to get to know yourself, and now you're with another guy.
Right.
And
right.
I'm
right.
not going to go
true.
into that situation, but you're with another guy.
Right,
so
that's true.
That's why I believe that.
Remember,
I kind of think you believe what you just said.
No. You're absolutely right about the fact that I did not take any time. But see, one thing I must say that I'm really weak about is I always say that I'm not looking for someone, and I always, I make it like a hard time, hard to get. 5 months later, no, you can't talk to me. I don't want you to know. I did all this running from this person. And that's the last thing I wanted was a relationship. I just kind of feel like sometimes it just happens. First you become friends. We were friends that worked together, and then we talked as friends on, from that point on the phone. I kept saying, I hope you know this is not going to turn into anything, because we're not doing anything. It's nothing. The next thing you know, it's like a full-blown relationship. So I feel like either I'm weak in that manner or whatever, but that's not my intention. My intention was I had a plan. I even wrote it out. I literally had a step A, B, C. I even wrote a contract out to myself. That's how serious I was about not dating not one other person in this world until I figure out what I'm doing wrong. And that didn't work out very well. So that's why I'm in.
Char,
that's why I am where I am now.
As a grown woman, how are you going to say that a situation became something that you didn't want it to be? If you don't want to date anybody, you don't want to be involved, all you do is just not be around that person, not talk to them. That's the easiest thing in the world, not to do something. Just don't do it. So the fact that you're saying that,
what if you say that you're friends? What if you're just talking as friends and you believe in your heart that you absolutely
it goes back to what I said before. Men and women cannot be friends because
That's
the
true.
only thing that you got in common is sex. Especially if you didn't grow up with this person or whatever, you're going to tell me that you just all of a sudden you just was in a bookstore or at the mall and you just met some guy and he looked at you from across the hallway or upstairs looking downstairs and say, you know what, look at the morals on that woman. Or that woman. Look, she looks like she's a good person and has that. Look at the personality on that right there. Look at the sense of humor on that girl. Oh, yeah. Let me go over and talk. No. It's
but what if you work with them, Logic? Isn't that different if you work with someone?
No, because being at work is the adult version of being in high school. So when you're at cubicle or whatever, and it's like somebody being 2 lockers down. You're just talking to somebody. You see them and you get to know. Is it based on anything? No. The two of you work together. If you're cool at work, let it stay at work. There's no reason to exchange phone numbers. There's no reason to, hey, let me get your email or what's your Facebook handle or whatever. What is all that for? I see you every day at work. What do you need all that extra information for?
Okay, that's a good point. All right.
Okay, so I want to point out that last week a listener said that BJ was just hurt because you know when you said that you were cheated on and you were still waiting on that apology, and Logic sounded that like he was hurt, which is why they were talking that the way they were talking. So basically saying that that you what was it that if they don't know, leave it alone, stuff like that. I think that's what y'all were saying. based on the fact that y'all didn't agree with that, they were saying that it was only because y'all were hurt. That's why you're talking this way. What is your rebuttal to that?
I love it.
I was hurt when. I got hurt.
Both of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I got hurt in my marriage. Yeah.
Oh, and the other thing is, a listener said you were still angry about it, BJ.
Sometimes.
Well, when I'm around her, that's what I said too. I said that last week. Go ahead.
Well, if I'm around her for a certain amount of time, yeah, I get angry. Yeah, because you think about, you look at it and say, damn, why you do that? Whatever, it is what it is. Sometimes it can happen. If I'm around her more than 2 hours, yeah. That's why I try to stay away from her like that. So it is what it is. If you've been with somebody for over 30 years, yeah, it's just like that.
Well, but is that why you have the sense that you do now, which is you didn't agree with what Char was saying last week? Is it because you're hurt, or is this just how you felt even before she cheated on you?
Oh no, it was a hurt thing. It wasn't before I cheated. No, it hurt. Mm-hmm.
No, listen,
Logic,
I disagree. I disagree because that's like somebody, just like the situation he was just talking about with this guy. If this dude was to get out of prison and say, cops are corrupt, don't trust them because they'll railroad you to get a conviction, and I don't trust in the judicial branch of my government. And if somebody was to say, and somebody will say, oh, well, he's only saying that because he got wrongfully convicted, so that doesn't mean anything. Does that make what he said any less true? You know what I mean? This is what happened because there was corruption involved. All right? So for a woman to then go off, like if she gets cheated on and some guy does something and takes her trust for granted and plays her. So then she learns from this and says, okay, well, I'm not just going to blindly trust people anymore. And the next guy comes along that's doing something similar that other guy did, like not wanting to call her back after a certain time at night and everything. And she's looking at it like, that's a little fishy, and I'm not going to oh, well, you're only saying that because the last guy cheated on you. Yeah. I learned from something that happened, so no, I'm not doing the same thing again. That's such a stupid way to try to counter somebody. Oh, it doesn't mean anything because he probably was hurt in the past. What's the point? The point that he's making is I'm not going to trust a person that says or does this. Someone who conducts themselves this way, I'm not going to trust it. Okay? If you would have asked me at 19, hey, would you trust your girl around friends of yours? Yeah, why not? Blah. As an older guy now that I've learned through time and I know what men are behind closed doors, and it doesn't matter how much of friends you are. It doesn't matter how much a woman says, oh, I love you so much. You're the only thing. As years is going on, and I've heard a whole slew of women in many different walks of life say the same exact thing to me over and over again. No, there's certain things that I'm not trusting because I've learned. I'm more experienced. So, no, I mean, you can say it's because of pain, but that's how you learn anything in life. A kid learns to fear the stairs after they fall down the stairs. That pain of falling down the steps, when they get close to it, they back up like, oh, boy, I ain't going down that way no more. You know what I mean? Or they get close to the stove and, ooh, hot. Yeah, because they remember burning themselves. Yeah.
Okay, so what do y'all think of the comment that Char and a couple of our listeners made about what they don't know won't hurt them? If you leave it alone, like if you cheat and you just leave it alone, don't let your significant other know, it's not going to hurt them.
It'll come out.
Did I really say that? Oh, boy. I must have been on one last week. Okay, go ahead.
Wow, stop coming drunk to the show.
I remember saying that part, but I don't remember saying that part. I don't.
Yes, you agreed with actually you said it, and a couple of listeners agreed with you.
Wow. And I said it just like that. I wish you got that clip. Okay, I'll let DJ answer. Whoever's going to answer. Please take this question.
you should tell. You should, you should let the person know. Don't say, they don't know. They don't, Nah, you should tell. Because eventually it'll come out. It's going to come out. I don't care. Maybe not at the time, but it's going to come out in the long run. So just tell. Be honest. That's the whole thing.
I mean,
just be honest. What?
My thing is, I think if you don't tell, then
right.
You're not sorry about what you did because it's not eating you up inside.
Well,
so
that tells you kind of
and because
you
you're
are,
not
so,
sorry about,
If you're not sorry about
I was
what?
going to say, and because you're not sorry about what you did, then to me that means you don't love the person that you were with, and you could potentially do it again. So
and you're a horrible person
that's
in
my take
relationships.
on not saying anything.
And
Repeat what you said, BJ.
You're a horrible person in relationships. You just don't need to be in relationships. So you're that kind of person. Just be single and be out there doing your thing. Because in a relationship, you want to be honest with your mate, whatever. That's the whole thing. I mean, what you just said is like, man, if you're not that way, if you was that way, we're like, wow, I feel sorry for you, the men you dated, but you be honest with them.
I mean,
maybe
I agree. I think you should really be open in a relationship.
Yeah, because, man, that's
so
like
Char,
if a guy did that.
So you guys think I'm a narcissist?
Go ahead.
I get it. Okay, I'm fine. I'm okay with that. I'm capable of not having emotion in some relationships.
What?
And I am.
So,
I'm capable of actually being with someone and not really having the same type of emotions that maybe they have for me and not really feeling anything sometimes. I mean, I could just keep it moving. Honestly, like I don't have to, because I guess maybe because like Logic said so many times before, I have been through a lot. I have been hurt a lot. Who hasn't? But sometimes I think I develop a wall or where I'm just like really cold and numb to certain types of things that happen.
I understand that.
So,
okay, I understand that. But eventually you have to work on your walls and all that kind of stuff to be with someone. If not, it's going to be like you're going to have a relationship that's not going to reach that peak that you wanted to be. Even though you say you can go through a relationship without feelings, whatever, feeling the way you feel. But you got to be able to work through that stuff, your own personal thing that you went through. Because
I want to ask Char
Hold on a second before we go any further. One of the listeners from last week actually messaged in to let me know what they were saying. They said if it was a one-time thing and it's over, and if it will hurt your significant other, that's when you don't tell. And if you do cheat, you absolutely aren't in love with the person like that anymore. So thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, the second part.
Okay,
yeah,
so
what were you going to say,
they're
Logic?
So they're saying that if you ever cheat on a person, then you don't love them. Is that what they're saying?
No, there's two different things.
You're not in love with them basically as much as you were before. Something's missing. Let me put it that way.
But they also said something else. They said something else before that. He or she said.
Before that, they said if it's what they were saying was if it's a one-time thing and you cheated with that person one time and it's over, and if it will hurt the person that you're with, then that's when they're saying you shouldn't tell.
I don't agree.
I kind of agree to an extent because I said last week that if you cheat one time and there was no feelings involved, it was just a one-time thing, it was a fling, didn't mean anything, you don't break up a marriage over that. You should be able to work through that. But if there's feelings involved and it was premeditated,
but
and
how could you work through that if it's only you who knows this? Like, what are you working through?
What I said was with my example, I said I don't feel you should divorce or necessarily break up if it's an extended relationship where there's children involved, where there's homes, there's properties, whatever, family and all of that, over a fling. I feel like it's different levels of cheating, and I feel like that level of cheating is not enough.
No.
But then my thing is you should have thought about that before you even went into the fling.
What? No, that's
my thing is you should have.
It's not premeditated. A premeditated affair to me is unforgivable. But a fling, people make mistakes.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. I want you to get away from this lie that you're telling yourself about. It was something that you didn't plan on. If you can meet up with somebody to have sex, you planned on it. You planned it. Okay, so I hate when I hear people say, "Oh, it just happened." No, it didn't just happen. There is maybe 1,000 different decisions you have to make. If you see a guy looking at you, you made the decision to hold his gaze and to give him a nice face in return.
Yeah,
no, wait a minute. And you allow him to come over, even though, and I'm not saying every woman needs to be with the guy and never see another guy. Listen, if you're married to a dude that looks like Luigi from Mario's, hey, he got a gut, he's a funny-looking guy, but maybe you love him, and you see, Thor coming across the food court looking at you, smiling, and he want to talk to you. If you know that you find this guy extremely attractive, he's your type down to the T, if you claim that you really love this person, don't have that conversation. Because I'm going to tell you, if I'm married and Selma Hayek from Desperado era comes sashaying across the thing and, hey, how you doing? Wait,
I'll run the other way.
I got to let you know that I'm in a relationship and I'm not interested in, talking or whatever. So if you want directions, the kiosk is over that way. Have a good day. I'm not, because again, if I care about this person,
who does that? I like it, but who does that? I mean, that's a rare.
I have.
Because what you're talking about is something that's honorable, and that is not common. Okay, and this is what I want people to be honest with themselves. Trust. You talk to this guy or you talk to this girl because you could get away with it, and then all of these things happen that you made a decision to do. You made a decision to dress extra sexy on this day because you knew that person was going to be at this event, or you knew that this guy was coming to the office that day, or whatever it is you decided to do that. You decided to linger in the parking lot because everybody else left and he was still in the office or she was still in the office, and you knew that they park over here in the same area. You made all of those conscious decisions.
That's premeditated. That's not a fling.
No, there's no such thing as a fling, because even if you go down to Cancun, even if you go down to Cancun and you're on vacation, it's not premeditated. When you see that coconut skin guy on the beach with all his muscles ripping all over the place, and he's coming over you, hey, how you doing? No. The fact that you carried on the conversation, and it's supposed to be a vacation with you and your girls or you and your homie, you carry on a conversation with this person, you know where that's going. You're not going to talk about taxes. He's going to come over to your room to, you know what I mean? To do what y'all going to do.
Are you saying use discipline and also remember where your commitment lies? If you really mean it, that you're committed to this person that you say you care about, then you be mature and disciplined about it, and just don't entertain any of it. People do easily give in. They let their loins, make up their decisions, and I think that's where a lot of people.
Human nature.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem. There is no discipline.
Is weak. What can I say?
People allow sex to dictate whether or not something is or is not going to happen.
Yeah.
And here's another thing I'm going to tell women. Even when you're not in a relationship, as I said before, no man needs to have sex with you to figure out if he wants to commit to you or not. He's going to know if he wants to commit to you regardless if you have sex or not. So there's any guy that's saying, well, we've been talking for a while and blah, blah, blah. Okay, do you want to commit to me? Well, I don't know yet, or whatever. Okay, so why would you want to sit down naked and do the thing with me if you don't even know if you want to commit?
Well, what if it's not in your head? Well, you made a mistake. You're committed to what? That's a large part of the relationship is intimacy. So what if it's terrible? What if it? I mean, just think about it. Why do you think people test the waters first before they come get married?
Literally, monkeys can have sex.
Yeah, it's not a large part of the relationship.
Okay, so if the sex is bad, and that's the only thing that's falling short with this guy or girl, you can teach that person to do different things.
Right.
That's
true.
You're really sitting here laughing.
Wow, Char, really?
That's
not every case. Not every case.
You're sitting here laughing.
Yes, you can.
Char, okay, hold on. Everybody hold on. Char, you've never actually been in love, have you?
Yes, I was talking to someone about this yesterday, and I believe I have once. Matter of fact, I know I have. It was my first love. It was my first love.
The way that you framed that lets me know that you were.
You wasn't in love.
Yeah.
I believe. Like, you wasn't sure.
No, I have, but I don't know if I can count that. It was almost like puppy love. I was like 14 years old.
No.
15. And it lasted about 4 years.
No.
That's not love.
That's
No,
not.
that's what I'm saying. Can I count that?
No, you can't.
Okay.
No. You've
Well, then I guess I haven't.
You've never been in love. So I have like 3 things I have to read off from listeners. Okay, I have a listener who says, by Char's definition of a fling, it's like basically as soon as you get hot for the person, whoever you're having that fling with, as soon as you get hot for them, you'll be on the floor in a crowded store having that fling. That's not premeditated. You just did it wherever you were. Premeditated is y'all actually left where you were going, went somewhere else, thought about doing it on the way there. That's premeditated. According to you, what the listener is saying, according to your definition, Char, if you see each other at work, you get hot for each other right there on the desk, and for everybody, you'll be doing it.
Oh, that's not really. No, but that is premeditated because we work together. We're getting to know each other. I just meant when you absolutely didn't expect to actually be intimate with someone, and you know that maybe it's because your mate is not paying attention to you, or not, or maybe just not. I don't know.
Hold up.
I mean,
how does that happen? No. Have you ever? Have you did that? Have you ever had a fling like that? Just automatically, I'm hot phone. Let's do it in the parking lot. Let's do it in the car, on top of the hood, whatever. you ever had that? You ever had that, Char?
Have you?
Me? No.
I don't believe you. I think a lot of us have had one hot fling, maybe once.
I haven't.
And it's actually exciting.
Listen, no.
You don't believe me, Char?
Wait a minute, hold on. You're misunderstanding his question. His question was not if the fling was hot. He said, did you ever see somebody and then some switch went off in your brain and automatically, without talking, you just start taking your clothes off and y'all just jumped into it right there in the middle of Target? Did that ever happen?
Well, no.
Okay, anything outside of that is premeditated. If you saw the guy that you thought was attractive and he says, hey, you say, hey, and then y'all exchange numbers.
Okay,
and the
I'm
next
going to tell you guys what I'm talking about. No. I'm going to tell you guys what I'm talking about. A large percentage of affairs happen from, say, a club environment where it's already set up that way, and you don't know this person. You probably never see him again. And you're just looking for a hot moment just to satisfy whatever urge that night.
Okay, but you're looking. You just said that you're looking for a hot moment, and you're going somewhere where that situation is already set up for that.
Well, it's set up for that, but it's like you think you're going out just to enjoy yourself. But a lot of men and women go to clubs, for example, because they're pissed off or hurt in their relationship, and they want to get attention or affection from someone else, or just have a good time with a friend.
See, I think Kai just hit a something on the head there. She's never, to this day in her life, ever been in love with anybody. So she can't. That's why she can't conceive of, number one, when we talked months ago about getting married when you're young. She couldn't understand that, and she can't understand how exchanging a number with a guy, having a fling, it's an extreme event. If you love somebody, that is an extremely hurtful thing to go through, to know that your significant other just banged some guy that she talked to at the water cooler because you didn't compliment her in the past 2 or 3 months, or you've been working too hard, or you've been whatever. That's all it took for that person to do that, man or woman. And it's devastating for a woman to bear some man's children into this world, stretch her body all out, and sacrifice all of the things she needs to sacrifice, overlook all of the good-looking guys that she wouldn't have mind talking to, only to find out that he banged some pig around the corner that worked at CVS that he saw at a bus stop or something, and they got to talking. Like, that's hurtful.
In a situation like that,
you know what love is in the first place to understand that.
Yeah.
And other thing I want to point out is that, Char, you said women go to I don't know if you said most, but I heard women go to the club when they're angry or hurt, which means you're going to the club only to look for something. You're not going to the club with your girls to be with your girls or anything like that. Because when I went to the club, I went to the club to dance.
Kai, I just said angry or hurt. I said, or you're going out to have a good time with your friends. There's 3 reasons why people go out to a club. But while they're in that environment, even if they're not angry and hurt, while they're in that environment, it does promote promiscuity. That's what it does. It promotes people that have affairs. It happens all the time. And but
that's
on
people who are not in love with the person that they're with. That's somebody who's not in love with the person that they're with, because there's no way that you're just angry.
You're not in love with someone? You said that, you go to the club if you're angry and if you're hurt. You keep using those words. I'm saying if you go to the club looking for something, or if you do anything looking for something because you're angry or hurt, that means you're not in love with the person that you're with. You could be angry and hurt and sit in the next room and just read a book and just not talk to the person for a little while. But don't you know a lot of people go to the club
because they
want to get attention? No, a lot of these people, men and women, go to the club because they're not getting the attention at home at all. And so they know even though it's superficial at the club, but they know that's what they're going to get. And it is an escapism. That's what it is. It doesn't make it right. I'm just telling you what it breeds. It does breed affairs.
Right. That's what the club scene and the bar scene is basically about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Mhm.
I mean, I hate to say it.
Okay, so I have a lot of comments to read out. Let me read these comments. Hold on.
What?
Okay, the bottom line to cheating is that a person is not satisfied with something in their relationship. Somebody said that Char is talking like she's a loose woman. Another question that came in for Char. If you have a mate who has an illness and can't have sex, is it okay to cheat then?
Wow. Go ahead. Say the right thing.
If we talk about it, and he actually tells me.
That's
oh my God. I
know someone in a position like that, and I was in a position like that, and the man could not get it up. He wasn't ill, but he could not get it up because he had a problem after colon cancer, whatever. And literally he said, I do not want for you to have urges that I know I can't satisfy. I never did anything with anyone else, but he basically told me that I'm not going to hold it against you. So why would he hold it against me if he's telling me that I can never satisfy you in that way? Eventually, I just said, you know what, I just can't do this anymore because I know that that's what it's going to lead to, and I didn't want to do that. But that's not uncommon. But if you do it and that person innocently doesn't know,
uncommon.
I think it's not uncommon for someone who's in a wheelchair or that's completely just disabled, or maybe they literally cannot get it up because of some illness or whatever. It's not uncommon for them to say, I want, it's okay if you have these desires and you want to be with someone else. I get it. I understand. I'm not talking about a regular side relationship. But they literally do. I mean, it's something people talk about. Come on. You know how many people are in a car accident? How many people have illnesses that are major? They can't get it up. They can't walk. They're just confined. And, it doesn't mean that person doesn't love you. But if you do it and they don't know, I just feel like that's just pitiful. I would never do something like that. But, hey, if you're telling me, I know that you love me otherwise, but I know I can never satisfy you ever in that way.
Now,
I mean, really, shoot me for being human then and having feelings and desires. That doesn't mean I don't love that person.
Yeah, but the love. Did you have that moment of like, when he said that, you said, and then you said, okay, well, and then you left like that because you had that moment like, maybe he gave me the green flag to go out.
Yeah,
and
he gave
me
the green flag.
Well,
that's you looking for a way out.
I still was like, okay, well, I mean, I don't feel like that was bad. I don't care if anybody says I'm loose. If we talked about it, I don't feel like it was that bad. If I go to a club, and I know half the listeners out there are lying if they tell me that in their younger years, their older years, whatever, they didn't go out to a club and just about have an affair with somebody they did not know. That happens. If you look at statistics,
so you're saying that they have to be lying to say that they never went to anywhere to cheat on the person that they're with?
It's not intentional. I don't think that's intentional. It's called a fling. I think it's not an affair. I think it's just I wasn't expecting to meet you. Do you know what?
Listen, you can put any nice little fluffy words you want on it. You can call it a dance of unicorns in sunshine if you want. In the end of the day, you're still cheating on the person, whether you call it a fling or whether you call it a jump off. It's still the same thing. You're taking the trust that the person that you're with and you're abusing it by having sex with somebody behind their back, and you're lying to them about it. You're lying to them every time you know that you're going out to the club, and you know that you might, you know what your intention is in your heart. When you go out to the club, you know that feeling you got like, this dude is getting on my nerves right now. He's not showing me any attention. I'm going out to the club. Well, you already know right there. You're going out to the club because you're angry with that person, and this is what you're about to do to alleviate your anger. Where maturity comes in is checking yourself, because men do the same thing, checking yourself and just talking to that person like, look, I just want to let you know, right now you got me ready to talk to the girl 2 cubicles over, and she is not attractive and not interesting like that at all. Or she is attractive, whatever the case may be. The way we are right now, this is what I'm feeling, and I don't want to do it because I love you or whatever. So we really need to talk about it. What this problem is, because you right now, my feeling towards you is I don't care, and I don't like feeling like that. So what can we do now? Unless you're married to a complete lunatic, I doubt they're going to jump and say, "What? Well, you know what? Go ahead, because I don't
go ahead and do it."
Okay.
I know, right?
If you sit down, and then I'll speak for men on this. Any man that if their woman comes, if they was about to go to the club, and their woman comes and sits down and says, "Listen, I was about to go out to the club tonight, and I'm going to be honest with you. In my head, I feel like you don't care about me, that you're not giving me this attention, and I just felt like if anything, if any guy talks to me like that, I just didn't care tonight. But I don't want to go out because I don't want to hurt you, and I don't want to destroy this relationship. So
that man should tell you, let's talk.
I don't care what that man is doing. He is going to
talk.
Logic, what you're saying makes a lot of sense, and when I was married, that's exactly what happened. The one time that I did have a club fling, my ex-husband made the fatal mistake of telling me that he cheated on me. My ex-husband, well, no, but here's the thing. He used to really fear me going to clubs. I don't want you going out to clubs. You don't need to hang out those places with those girls and blah, blah, blah. There was really no fear before for him to even say that, because I would never even look at him.
Married without being in love.
But when he told me that he cheated on me, I felt like, okay. What?
But the situation doesn't apply because you just said you were never in love. So if you never
I mean, I thought I was with my ex-husband because we were, not just because we were married for a really long time. I thought I was. We had a child together, whatever. I really thought I was. But when I look at the dysfunction in it, I don't know. I don't believe that's love. So
okay, listen. We're not debating love here. What I'm getting to is
I just said I wasn't in love. That's true.
I know. You're getting into why you don't think it was love. I'm trying to stay on topic here. The point of the matter was you were in a loveless relationship. More than likely,
it wasn't loveless. I mean, at the time, it felt like it was love. I don't know how to explain that. Maybe because I was young and dumb.
Char,
I don't know.
You did.
Char,
wait.
Hold on. Maybe because I'm a woman. You're saying it wasn't loveless. You felt like you were in love. It was loveless. Y'all did not love each other. You were together.
But I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. Because he cheated on me and I cheated on him, I don't believe that.
Exactly.
I don't believe that. I just don't believe that means that we were not in love.
You just answered your own question.
No, I think that we just didn't understand the total definition because it was an 18 and 20-year-old situation. I was 18, he was 20. What do we really know about this?
Again, age means nothing if you know what love is and you're in it.
We're children practically. We're kids practically. We're young. We have family. I mean, come on. There's a lot of things that you learn as you get older, and you learn how to understand, how to respect and really be committed and really care about someone for real, not for fake.
You're saying it's outside of the wheelhouse of a 19-year-old to know how to be committed in a relationship. Is that what you're saying?
I said I was 18 and he was 20.
It doesn't matter how old you were. Are you saying?
Yeah, the average 18-year-old doesn't have a clue.
Get to the other comments that were sent to you.
The average 18-year-old, I will challenge anyone to this, doesn't have a real clue. There's no way in the world. You were not even legal 300 days before that.
Char, that's
not. This is not 1865.
No, that's not true. Char, you're speaking from, I guess, your mindset, but that's not true. I just want to let you know that.
The average person is extremely immature at 18 years old. Even 20. You're not even legal to drink, but that's another story. But 20 years old, come on, really? You've only been an adult for 48 months or for 2 years?
I know people who have been married. I have a couple classmates who have been married since they were in high school, since they graduated high school. They've been together since high school, and they've never had anyone else cheated on each other or anything like that. And that's high school.
Wow. Is that what they're telling you, Kai? Why would they tell you otherwise?
Oh, God.
Everyone is involved in personal affairs.
So you're saying no one is capable of doing that? Are you serious?
No, I'm just
saying you are very, very jaded. You know that.
Everybody. Huh?
Char, it can happen. If you don't think it can happen, then you're very jaded, and I feel really bad for you.
It could happen, but we don't know for sure that.
Your first question was, is that what they're telling you? That's your first question.
Okay. Maybe, so they told you that, but then that's beautiful. No, that really is beautiful. I know that can happen. But you know how many people that are 95 years old right now, and we've been married for 50 years, yeah. After you had 2 kids on the side, 2 families on the other side of town, you cheated on her 100,000 times and used to beat the crap out of her, but you guys got off the ruin and you love each other now.
Those people. But then there are also people who have been married and they're 95, and that's the only person they've ever been with. So
but
you have two different sides of the spectrum. But you are more hold on. You are more prone to believe the people who have been married but cheat on each other relentlessly than you are prone to believe someone who said, I've been with this person since I was 15 and it's only me and him for our whole life. You're going to be like, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, I'll retract that because I would love to maybe know someone like that. Well, that's not true. I know a few people who claim that that's what they're saying.
I know a couple people like that, actually.
She said claim.
I know people like that. I know people on both sides of the spectrum.
Okay, well, if that's the case, guys, if I'm so wrong about this, why are the statistics for marriage? 1 out of 2 marriages ends in divorce. That's 50%. That's half of the population. Obviously, someone's lying out there in the world.
Because you know what? There's that logic, and there's also. You know what? I want to say no offense. There's what logic said, and there's also women who follow their friends' advice. So if I had a friend like you, and no offense, Char, but if I had a friend like you, and I'm telling you that, I haven't seen my husband in like 3 months. We haven't had sex in however long because he's working a lot. You would probably say, well, maybe you need to get somebody on the side, and they'll take care of you while he's working.
No. You love your husband.
No, you love your husband. Women make the mistake.
No.
Women make the mistake of telling other women their business.
No.
I would not say that to telling other women their business, and those women just drag them down the wrong path. This is why marriage is so divorce is so high.
I believe there is love out there, even if I have not experienced it. And if you're happy with your husband, why in the world would I want to steer you otherwise? Now, if your husband is beating on you and he's been gone 3 months and he's not even paying the bills and he's a low life loser, then I just might say, girl, you just might want to consider kind of like moving it along or have something. I probably won't just come out and say have something on the side. But if that girl said, I met this guy, first of all, if you're married, then I wouldn't really want to encourage anyone to do that in the first place because it's a committed contract before yourself, in front of a judge and God. So, why? That is entirely different than people that are having a fling and you can't get past it because you're human. That's all I was saying last week's show. You're human. I don't think you should divorce over a fling. But if it is a premeditated situation,
that's a trust issue. Yes, I could see divorce over that. That's a really enormous trust issue.
Enormous trust. Yes.
No.
Yes, definitely a fling. Somebody else was rolling around with my dude. I shouldn't have a problem with it.
I don't think it's a very mature approach for anyone to be so bent out of shape because someone slipped once and had sex with someone they didn't even have any feelings for.
My thing is, why are we in a monogamous relationship? We might as well have an open relationship. It's not a big thing.
That's not true.
Let's just have an open relationship.
No, it was an accident. You didn't mean to do it, obviously. It's not premeditated.
How many more accidents could you have?
Accidents, you jumped on his thing. I jumped in her.
It was an accident. It was no big deal. We shouldn't get a divorce over it. I'm sorry. That's a really big
Absolutely not.
trust issue.
No, we're talking about the kids. We're talking about our families intertwined. We're talking about business. Maybe
okay. Don't have an accident.
You have built something together. You built it up before. That makes no sense.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
You didn't think about that before you did your fling.
That's
and you're
not the point.
that I should have thought about
everything away over sex. That's just sex. It didn't mean anything for either one of you.
Exactly. You shouldn't have thrown everything away over sex.
No,
you're saying
exactly what it's not a commitment of any sort. It's just, oops, oh, wow, that was a hot moment. Okay, great.
Char, you're never going to be in a good relationship. You just never. It's never going to happen.
Well, thank you.
I can't even imagine. I mean, I don't mean any disrespect, but I can't understand why I can't get through to you like you're not listening. A fling is not something that you just throw in the gutter and just be like, well, we can just get past this. Think about the kids. Think about
a marriage is not something that you throw. Kai, a marriage is not something you throw in the gutter because of a fling either. You work through it.
Yes,
you talk about it, and you reestablish your commitment to each other. That's what you do. That's what mature people do. That's what you do.
All right. You're the dude. I'm the woman. Whatever. We're together. You have a fling. And then you come to me, tell me you have a fling. Let's reestablish our commitment to each other. Okay, so you went out and had your fun. I'm not supposed to be pissed and ready to leave. Let's just reestablish this marriage. Really? There shouldn't have been an issue for us to reestablish anything. You should have thought about everything, our kids, our lives that we've built together, the time that we took to each other, the time I wasted with you before you even took down your pants and had that fling.
Okay, Kai, but in our vows we said for better or for worse, and that's for worse because we're human.
Oh no,
that's
dude. Because worse does not mean we would have had it.
Hold on, worse can be financial. That's not worse.
Exactly.
Oh my God. No.
Somebody messaged in and says everyone makes mistakes, but the other person has the right to forgive or not.
Oh my God. Oh jeez.
Wow.
I need another. My nose is bleeding all day.
And she also said, no woman will give her body to another man if she truly loves him, and if she loved him, she would have never cheated. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. Anyways, that was just Logic just checked out. Logic is gone. Logic, you okay? You didn't bleed to death over there? Logic?
No, it's really sad to know that there are people that just never have experienced a connection with anybody deep enough to where taking your clothes off and embracing that person means something to the point where it's an emotional expression to that person about how much you love them. Like to know that there's people that just never had that, and it's just sex. It's just this mechanical exchange of fluids, and it's like, what's the problem? It doesn't mean anything. It's like, blah blah blah. Like it's just crazy.
That's like some shit happened back in the 70s. The disco era, all that kind of stuff. That's throwing your body around, but.
In saying that, I'm not coming at Char at all because it just lends this perspective of how rare it is to really get a connection like that. And to answer her question, the reason that divorce rates are up to like 70% now is because people get married due to peer pressure, due to thinking that, okay, I'm this old, I've never been married, I need to get married, and it's not. It's less and less now about that person and that connection and that, I don't want to live the rest of my life without this person. You got people getting married and they'll say things like, yeah, I'll get married, but ain't nobody's going to make me feel like I can't be without them. And then what do you get married for?
Yeah, when you get married,
don't get married. If it's not, don't get married. It's just, that's the thing. And, you have women out there having kids because they're in their 30s and they still think it's the 1920s where, you can't have a baby you know, if you get past the age of, okay, so you're just going to have a kid with some random guy now that you know is not going to be around because you think that you might not, you know what I mean? You think you might not meet a guy that is going to be everything that you've ever dreamed of. But now what you're about to do is get pregnant by some dude, and then perhaps a year later you'll run across that perfect guy. But he'll see you're pregnant or that you got some 2-year-old. Go
ahead.
No, I was just saying
I was going to say, based on what you were saying, Logic, another thing is you don't even have to find your quote-unquote perfect guy, but you can make your perfect relationship. You could find a guy that is basically generally what you're looking for, a good guy, and you can make your perfect relationship.
Right, it's called building.
Well, yeah, I mean,
exactly.
there is no 10 out of 10 typically. It's something that's going to be off because life is what it is. You know, perfection is heaven, and this is not heaven. You know what I mean? So, in the end of the day, if you're looking for a girl to get this and got that and whatever, yeah, you might be waiting for a while. But like you said, you can find a relationship where you have a connection with this person personality-wise, and you know, the energy that the two of you have together is very positive, very upswing. He just may not have long, curly hair like you like. You know, cut your losses. Like, you know, if he's on point with all of the rest of the stuff, go ahead. You know, get with that guy and commit yourself. You know, and it's the same thing with dudes looking for girls. It's the same thing. If this person is hitting all of these other things, then what makes you think that you're exactly what this person dreamed of? You know, if all of these other things are in mind and you can make a relationship work and you do love being around that person and talking to, that connection is the most important thing as far as I'm concerned. Physical things, it's like, what are you really, are you serious? You know what I mean? If you're that worried about, like I think she made a comment one time about how big, you know, the guy is will make a big difference.
Oh, yeah. That was something that was really important.
Yeah, if you're basing a relationship off of physical things, then you're going to have a problem, male or female. You know, you got guys that are getting with girls because they got a big butt or, you know, big boobs. It's like, okay, after you've had that for a while, then it's no longer a novelty. You know, like Eddie Murphy said, it's an everyday Ritz cracker at that point.
Everyday Ritz cracker.
You know, so if you don't have a connection on a personality level and an emotional level with that person, I don't care what relationship you get into. I don't care how rich they are. You're on borrowed time, and then it's going to fail. That's why these celebrities keep getting married and divorced every 2 years.
A listener just messaged in something for Char. Char, you still there, babe? You're quiet. Char.
She checked out.
Char's mad at us. Char, babe, you still there?
What's the question that they got?
It wasn't a question. It was a statement. I want her to hear it. I guess Char is mad at us. The listener said that everyone has done things in their life that they shouldn't have and that they needed to ask for forgiveness for. It's normal, and everyone has done something like that. What Char is doing is distorting this and making having sex way too casual.
But you know what, though? But it's not just indicative with Char because you hear it's not indicative with Char because you hear a lot of women, and I think Char is just being real candid and saying what it is that she thinks because most girls will lie, especially if they know they're in a format like this, and they'll try to lie and act like they're not. They don't think that way. But what she's saying, a lot of girls say, or a lot of girls think that same way. You'll hear them all the time saying those things all the time. So she's just really being the bridge to what the rest of the most women out here are saying. You know, you got girls out here that are like, oh, you know, I don't mind getting with an older guy, but they won't admit that if you get with an older guy, 9 times out of 10, it's because he has money and he's only with you because you're young and he wants to bang a young chick.
Right.
Just like Bruce Willis. What does he have in common with that 32-year-old girl that he's with? He was born in the 50s. What does he have in common with her? Nothing.
Is he still married to her? They got a divorce.
Who knows? Here they're going to mall with those kind of, people.
Yeah, those relationships.
Same thing with Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, 50-something years old, he was messing with that late 20s, early 30s girl, and then she turned around and, trying to put the kibosh on him to get money, and he's got the whodunit and why look on his face. And it's like, she's a young chick that was nobody. What do you think? Do you think it was for money, or do you think it was she really liked an old 50-something-year-old dude? What do you think?
Yeah. It's just like Jack and all his young girls. Yeah.
Sure.
She's probably one of many. Hey, Kai, can I just say something really fast? It was just in response to what a listener said about 15 minutes ago, really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know we only have 5 minutes. Okay, I just wanted to say that regarding the comment that I'm probably kind of loose or whatever, the thing about it is that when you're single, it's very difficult. It's very much a challenge for me being single. Right now I'm not single because we are in a committed relationship. I don't care if anybody's laughing. I don't care if anybody knows he's almost 32. I'm not saying anything else about him. That's it. But my point is this: when I was in any relationship, I've never cheated on anyone. I cheated that one time with my husband because he said he cheated on me. I was young and immature, and I want to get back at him. But when I'm in a relationship, I am very committed. All I'm saying is if I have a situation where someone comes to me and says they cheated or I cheated, God forbid I slip, I don't feel like it should be enough for us to get a major divorce over if we've been married for, X amount of time and have built a lot together. That's what I was saying. So if I sound loose, maybe the single Char might be confused, but when I'm in a relationship, I'm in it. I really am. I just give my all, and that's pretty much what I do. Sugar daddies don't count, just so you know, listeners. That doesn't count because you don't even have to be intimate. So,
but Char, I think the point that we're getting at though is what you suffer from. A lot of girls suffer from. A lot of girls don't want to be alone and have a fear of being alone. A lot of guys too.
I don't want to be alone. I can't stand.
We don't have a lot of time. Just let me finish.
Relationships are complicated anyway. Why would I want to be with anybody?
Char, just let me finish, please. Let me finish. The point that I'm trying to make is...
that's not true.
Forget it. Check it out.
We love you.
Go ahead, Logic. The point that you're trying to make is...
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Your fault. Listen,
Poor Logic.
We love you, Char.
Okay, so I guess Logic, come on. We have like 2 minutes. Say what you're going to say.
He wanted to get clean.
I can't say it in 2 minutes. That's why I was trying to ask her to let me finish it. Go ahead.
We have 3 minutes, Logic. It's 27 after. We're listening.
We're wasting time asking me to finish. I'm not finishing. Just go ahead.
Okay. Your fault. Once again, we were listening.
Woo. Anyways, so we had a lot of comments for Char, and I don't know. Logic, you're getting on my nerves because I want to know what you wanted to say.
You can tune in next Thursday.
I'll put it on the Facebook. I'll put the statement on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we would definitely take a look
listener
at it.
did message in for Char. I'm trying to read this. I wasn't attacking your personality. It was just your comments that you were saying. I don't know you, and I'm really sorry if you were hurt from it. So.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't the least bit hurt because I didn't take it that way. I just wanted to clarify. It's been difficult being single. I've had some challenges, but I'm no longer single. It's been 8 months now, almost 9, everybody, that I've been in this new relationship, if you want to call it that, with this young cat. And we're just going to work it out. 17-year age difference, but we're going to work it out as long as we can. So I haven't cheated on him.
That's like a rehab answer. What?
I know.
Okay.
I need some help. Help me, please. Thanks for listening.
So anyways, I think everybody's idea of cheating and what you should do afterwards is completely different. Char, I guess I just can't get with what you were saying earlier. I can't get with it. So, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people out there who think the same way as you. So, I don't know. But we're actually talking about dangerous and stressful jobs. We actually have a lot of people who messaged in with their jobs, talking about their dangerous jobs, talking about their stressful jobs. So we're just going to go ahead and talk about that next week. And if we have time, we'll answer some more relationship questions that we had coming in. So we'll be right back here next week, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, as always. We might have a new host next week, so fingers crossed, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for all the comments. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Peace out,
Thanks,
everyone.
Thanks for the comments. Everyone have a great week. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye for now.
I'm going to the club. All right.
Logic.
You're an ass.
He's pissed off.